Hey y'all, Mythic Rare here. Thank you to all my A1 Day 1 subscribers. For anybody new or just passing through, welcome. We are gonna be doing a whip in chat, which is work in progress and chat. So feel free to work alongside me, chores alongside me, whatever. We are doing Duck Bath by Art by Julia for the Art by Julia event. Like, oh my gosh, I cannot believe we're already January 19. I have hardly had time to diamond paint at all this month. Like, I'm still kind of like at the bottom of this kit. I have absolutely no hope of finishing it by month's end. So, unfortunately, this is going to be another one for the whip pile. Anywho, um, Enabler's Outpost pen, Enabler's Outpost pen as well, a Red River resin pen, and that is a DP with Sparklers cover minder. In the multi-placers, we have Lavender Scented Putty by Thess Studios. And then in the single placers, we have Twisted Mermaid by Pure Books Box Co. So, yeah, that's all that I'm going to be working with today. So, yeah, hi. It feels like it's been forever since I have done a proper whip and chat. So I hope that all of y'all have had, I'm sure all of y'all have had like a better holiday season than what me and Alex had. If the last whip and chat was any indication, if you're like absolutely confused about what I am talking about, go see the whip and chat about my Thanksgiving was ruined. And yeah, and then come back to this video because then you'll be all caught up. So yeah, we're continuing on with the whole car thing. After some time of telling insurance company who shall not be named that they were kind of moving too fast on the whole decision to total versus repair the car. They gave us space. Like, they gave us a lot of space. We probably only needed like a week at most, but they gave us like too close to 3 weeks. And then Alex ultimately, it tore him up inside, but he ultimately decided I'm gonna be better off if I just go shopping for a brand new car. So they totaled it out, and at this point we're like first, maybe second week of December, and just barely like a week ago to a week and a half ago, the insurance company who shall not be named had finally paid off and paid out Alex's old car. And he was like so far ahead on payments that he didn't have anything due. Like, he was 3 months paid ahead. So everything that he was paying on the Sonata would have gone to the principal on the car note. And it was almost getting to the point where it's like, if they push this out until I have to pay on this again, I'm gonna be real mad. But nah, they went and after all the holiday backlog, they finally started paying us out for things. So we went and we've like this is all that we've been doing is like car stuff. And then like I've gone through the whole cycle of yes, I want to help, and no, I don't want to hear about it, and blah blah blah. And then while all the stuff is going on about the car, I have Alex's uncle asking me for help about flights because he is getting married in March, and he just decided to start looking at flights for the honeymoon. And I'm kind of just like, oh boy, like what are the dates for this? And then they're just like March. And of course, me working in the travel industry, I am just like, wait, we're shopping for March and December. Um, Spring break happens in March. People shop for them flights like back in July. I am just like, you know, preparing like trying to front load him as much as possible. It's like we're shopping for this a little bit late, but we'll see what we can do. Um and then like I don't know him very well, so it's kind of like awkward, right? Cuz cuz it's not like I have the whole setup in front of me of like how many times has he flown, like things of that nature. And it's been, forever since I have done just like a regular like general reservations phone call. So it's like, oh geez, this is like awkward. Um and it was like really annoying because like all I wanted to do was just diamond paint and like play 14. Um and and they're just like, but you need to do work outside of work. I need help with a thing that you normally do for work, and it's just like um but also the whole thing about him asking me for help with flights was like kind of instilling this fear in me, like, oh no, please do not be expecting me to pay for your flight, because going to Miami in the latter part of March, expensive with $4 signs expensive. Of course, everything is expensive. I know all y'all are gonna say that, but even though it was begrudgingly at first, I was like, yeah, okay, like we just need to get this done. So we were sitting together, like just chit-chatting about flights and stuff, and I'm like asking him all kinds of like fact-finding questions, and I found the times that he wanted and everything, like his most ideal times and stuff, and it came out like for him and his fiance to travel round trip from where they live to Miami, came out to $1,500 for just like your basic economy. And that's like before we even, and that's just for like the basic economy, and being able to pick seat assignments. It's like don't even get me started about upgrades or paying for luggage and like things of that nature. He has like the honeymoon booked as far as like the destination and stuff, but he needs like the flight and like the ground transportation, things like that. So it's, yeah, pretty penny. They're going on a cruise too, if you couldn't tell. So there is that. And it's like, gosh, like, I really, buddy, I hope you're not having me to pay for the flight. But turns, because, you know, like, when it's family, especially, like, extended family that you've only kind of sort of met in passing, like, it's not like they're very high up on your Christmas card list. It's not like you're, you know, like you're taking your kids for one weekend, they're taking your kids for one weekend here, you know, like it's only people that you meet like maybe maybe once or twice a year, like those types of relatives. You don't know them very well. So it's kind of like, oh, like, I don't know if he's, like, expecting me to pay for this with frequent flyer points. Like, I don't know what he's wanting to do. So I was, like, very leery in booking for him at first. But not, turns out he was just, like, wanting help with getting it booked in general. He was very intimidated about the process. And I was glad that I was able to make it easier for him. I let him have one of my special codes for a friends and family discount. So, you know, like there was that. He wasn't even expecting me to give him a discount, as it turns out. So like when I got to the end and it's like, oh yeah, by the way, we're taking like X amount of dollars off for friends and family, he's just like, what? And I'm just like, yep. So yeah, that actually worked out a little bit better than anticipated. And we actually did book those flights at a very opportune time. I was just coming back from grocery shopping too, and I'm just like, I don't know why, because this like whole situation is like somewhat annoyed me that I'm having to work off the clock, but I have a feeling that I need to be looking at these flights. And it turns out I saw the thing where it says like, oh, there's only like this many left, and like it was like super awkward for me because I'm like having to call into my own reservations center because it's like my time off and I absolutely cannot be you know, using the corporate computer to like check on things like that for family. So I'm like having to call in and stuff, and I'm just like, yeah, so I'm helping my family members book something for the end of March. Can you tell me like how many seats does this one particular flight have? It says that there's only this many left. Is it this many left on the whole plane, or is it this many left and then the price is going to go up fortunately it was this many and then the price are going to go up. So yeah, like if I would have waited, it would have been like $200 more expensive. So like we actually did save quite a bit of money. So at least we got that done. And then like after I figure out the whole thing about the flight, I had to start helping Alex with some more like car shopping stuff. And like they were poking around on Car Gurus, Auto Trader, Carfax, Carvana, like all the things. And I don't know why, but I'm just kind of like getting the feeling, oh, what if we shop for former rental cars? Because even though like the fleets have already been refreshed, most rental car companies will do fleet refreshment in August and September, because that's when they're getting their next year model cars from like all of the dealers, or all the makers, excuse me. And that's also when all the dealers get their next year model cars too. So then they're having to like ditch or sell off a lot of the cars that are like 2 years old, 3 years old. Pretty much whenever they start getting to 45,000 miles is when the rental car companies will want to have those older cars go to the wayside for the nice new hot thing that's going to be reliable and it's not going to give anybody hardly any issues. So I was poking around and I found a Nissan Maxima. Now the Nissan Maxima is essentially the big brother or big sister to the Nissan Altima. It is essentially their sports sedan. They quit making them back in 2023, and I don't even know why, but this car is supposed to have a 3.5 liter V6 with 300 horsepower, and in other words, if you're not a car person, I'm certainly not a car person, but you know, I've just been entrenched in this in like the last month and a half. What that translates to is you press down on the gas pedal with your big toe and you will go wee. You will go flying. It's almost to the point of like, if you're not going to be careful with that car, you're going to be inadvertently speeding and you may have to put a governor on the car. Yeah, it's, It's one of those kinds of cars. I saw one, it was midnight blue, and it was for $22,000, including the transfer fee, because to get it transferred from where it was to Oklahoma City just so that it could be local to us for a test drive was already $1,500. So if we didn't have to transfer it, it probably would have only cost us like 19. And then they have like a $299 processing or like dock fee. Yeah, like that's not it's not a bad way to go. At this point, if any of y'all are car shopping too, I would have to say that like your actual dealers are going to have the most markup when it comes to cars. And then CarMax is gonna be like, like they're not quite as much as like a traditional dealer, but I think that they would be like, they have kind of like a medium level markup. Not sure what Alex had found in Carvana. Didn't really poke around on there too much. But Enterprise has like the lowest markup of them all so far that I found in the market for new and used cars in Oklahoma City. Cause it's like they're essentially just trying to like get a little bit of extra scratch for their fleet refreshment, and then that is it. That's all that they're looking for. But alas, over the weekend, the Midnight Blue Maxima that we did find was on its way to a forever home. Somebody wound up purchasing it out from under us, but you know, it's okay. Cause we have a little birdie told us at Enterprise that they've got some more Maximas that are getting maintenance right now, and they will be available for us to test drive in probably later this week, if not next for sure. So, yeah. But I have a feeling that all the car stuff here is going to be coming to an end rather quickly, because you know you're pretty much at the end when you have a short list of 4 or 5 cars and you're just at that point where you want that hoopty that you had back in college or in high school when you were working in food service, or that you had to pull out of a salvage yard that you pumped your first $5,000 ever into just to get the thing running and for it to be street legal. Yeah, this car shopping thing, I tell ya, it is for the birds. So, you know, like everything just be so expensive now, right? Like like, forget about it even when it comes to cars. Because even when, like, everything is, like, perfectly okay in the world, those things are still, like, expensive. Um, Even more so now because of, like all of the things the past several years with the supply chain, with the you know what, we like if you're adult enough to swipe a credit card and get a diamond painting, you pretty much know. So the I kind of feel I don't know if like maybe I just don't have the tolerance for it anymore after having done general reservations for like so long and having worked in food service before that for 8 years that I just like I don't really have a tolerance for this, but like so much anymore. I just wish that like you could you could just like purchase a car online, like like you know, just like go to the dealer website, build it, and then or even better yet, um like you start the thing and um like you kind of like start the wish list with the dealer. I don't know if this is how it even works, but you start your wish list with the dealer website and like you don't have to sign anything in, like you can just kind of play with it and then like schedule a no obligation test drive and then complete the build process for your car. Actually, you know what? Yeah, that is scratch that. That is like kind of sort of how it works because you can always like toggle the things and then like exit out the tab, right? But I'm just like I don't know. I'm just like kind of over like the pressure of of car sales. Like I just straight up am. If I could do the process 100% online and then like not have to like pick any different cars if I'm just like constantly getting the new versions of the things that I have already had, I would be perfectly fine to like never test drive again as long as the car had a 30-day money back guarantee. Maybe not even 30 days. If it was like 14, 15 days, I would be fine with that. Because I learned how to drive in a Nissan Altima. Um, and then after having had the Altima for 8 years and then getting the job that I have currently, driving a Sentra, it's like, okay, I could I could drive either of those cars. Like future versions of those cars, I would be fine with either or. My dad is like one of them people too. Like after he had his first Altima, he has had nothing but Altimas since. And he's like he doesn't even have to like test drive one at this point. Like if he wanted to get a new Altima, he'd just be like, yep, whatever. Who am I making this check out to? Like where do I have to put my signature? And like that'd be it. But not just the whole like car shopping thing, but like this whole holiday season was just very exhausting for me. And even though I was off like starting December 10 and pretty much all the way up through December 29, I had spent just about every single day doing state of the stash related stuff. Whether it was filming all my whip parade, or the little bits of finishes that I did have, like that whole entire stash, that just straight like took it out of me. Y'all, I have no idea how long, like for those of you who have hundreds and hundreds of kits, I feel like we almost need to have like a behind the scenes of you taking out your whole entire stash, like while you're just chatting us up on camera, and like we get a timer going and we see how long it actually takes for you to set up, or if you get like your significant other or your kids or whoever else in the house or roommates to like help you set this up, because it was a absolute freaking nightmare to do like the 50 some odd kits that I have. I cannot imagine a stash that size. Actually, seeing my stash right now and like how much I've purchased because of going tariff crazy, like seeing the amount of stuff that I have to work on is actually kind of giving me anxiety. It's like one of those things where if you don't diamond paint for a while and then you are looking at all these events, you're seeing these finishes, and then you're kind of getting like, I don't know if this happens to anybody else, but like sometimes I get a little jealous of the people who have like all these finishes, and then I'm like, well, now I want to finish. I feel like I need to finish because that other person got to finish. And then I try, and then it's like life gets in the way, and then it's like, oh, well, I kind of don't want to do this anymore because I was, psyching myself up to be like, oh, like I'm going to finish this by this date. Oh, I might actually get to do a video on this one. I might actually be on time to make a video about this one. And then I try to plan as best I can, and life is just like, haha, yeah, no. But I did not actually get a break, and I should have taken a break, because now every single time that I see like the previews, like the sneak peeks for Diamond Art Club, I last time I saw one, I kind of got a little, I felt salty. Like, let's just put it that way. I wasn't like full blown anger, but like I could feel the salt. Um and it wasn't anything that the creator did. Like, it was this one particular video was made by a creator that I absolutely love, and I keep on like hyping them and like tuning into them and things like that on a near religious basis. But I just like, I don't know if like maybe I probably just Black Friday'd too hard, But I just like saw one of their recent sneak peeks, and I wasn't even like, I don't know if I was just like angry at the fact that like I was seeing another one and it was like just right after Christmas when like all of the bills were hitting and everything from Christmas. But I just like got salty. And then I was like, well, I like this isn't normal for me. Like, stop, do not pass go, do not collect 200. We are going straight over to the Bev B Diamond Paints video for Burnout, and we are stopping right here and we are watching this because we need to assess some things like now. So I went and I watched her video about diamond painting Burnout, and I am just like, I feel like I just got out of this and I did not listen to my body, and here I am, burnt out again. Like, just about every single thing that she talked about, except for one thing in particular. If it was a checklist, I would have checked all the boxes but one. So now that we're here, you're probably all like bummed, disappointed, like, why did I even sub to this chick? If you're one of my newcomers to the channel, like, why did I even bother? Why am I even here? You know, I already filmed all of my unboxings. Like, I typically unbox one a month on this channel. I've filmed just about everything for the whole entire year in terms of unboxings go. And because I've already put forth the effort to film everything, I'm not just going to toss out that footage. Like, y'all will at least see me unbox a kit once per month. But as far as the rest of my videos go, I don't know. Like, after the one that you're watching right now, I am going to do a diamond painting a small shop mini haul. I will have a unboxing for February. Nope, that is not it. Because of course I had to get her. She came just in time for my February unboxing. So, there is that. Which, yeah, like even just barely a week and a half ago, I was like, man, I don't know what I'm gonna do for February, and then bam, Diamond Art Club decides to come in clutch for me. So yeah, there's that for February. But after that, it's like, yeah, we just have the unboxings. I just plan to do the unboxings at the beginning of every single month, like first Wednesday of the month. But as far as the rest of the other videos, I don't know. Like, that is very much a question mark for me. It gives me a sense of anxiety a little bit, because I'm just like, every Wednesday, just like clockwork, we gotta build that reliability that YouTube absolutely loves to boost the algorithm to get more views, and then more views means more subscribers, and then like I start to go down that rabbit hole, and I am just like, I'm just at this point where it's like, I have been pushing so hard for 500 subscribers for so long, and it just, I have some days where it's like, yeah, it's like never gonna happen, and then I have other days where it's like, oh, it's like it'll happen, just give it time. Um and I'm just like yeah, this is getting to the point where it's not bringing me joy right now. Like, and I have never ever gotten salty about folks doing sneak peeks or anything, but I guess because like I did the state of the stash and I was like so entrenched in it, and then it was like at the time when I put mine up, everybody else is putting theirs up, and then I'm like starting to see everybody's stash and everybody's finishes. It kind of feels like a spotlight is being shown on me, and like, or a magnifying glass, and everybody can just see like um how ill-equipped I am at being able to like do work life, family, and gaming, and balance diamond painting. It's like, I'm seeing all of these other people do it, and I just cannot keep that many balls in the air, apparently. So yeah, it's like slowly but surely crept up on me, and it's made me feel a certain way. Yeah, I really, I like, I like diamond painting for the fact of like the stress relief, but I guess I just like need to, I guess I just need to go watch other videos and not people doing diamond painting things. And then of course maybe just like take it at a slower roll, and not maybe not even diamond paint for a while, who knows. I feel like I really just need to follow my gnosis here, you guys, and I'm probably just like not even gonna have a reliable schedule anymore here, because not just the whole burnout factor, but work too, because work has been giving me a lot of things for like government people travel, not like, we're not talking about recent events. We're not talking about the who's and the like who's doing what's and whatever. We're not talking about that. Like, we're purely talking about like folks doing like government in the sense of not politics, but they're having to do a job just like anybody else, and they have to travel for a lot of their job, and I am one of the people responsible for booking some of that travel, and they have been giving me a lot, like a lot. The entirety of last week, if I wasn't actively on a phone call with a civilian travel agent, just like taking care of regular passengers, I was doing government work. Like, I was doing government flights. So that's, yeah. Um, like, my hands lately have been constantly full with that. It is a lot of mental workload, and then depending on what it is or how aggravating it is, because sometimes like don't get me wrong, like Like, everybody who I've talked to who has worked in the government, they're as sweet as a peach, but sometimes the things that they ask me to book are really and truly like the world's hardest logic problems. It's like, huh, really? You're asking me to get you from this place to this place without Hermione's magic like time travel hourglass. Yeah, like that's like we're talking those impossible level type of bookings. I'm just trying to see what color I need to pull really quick. Yeah, I'll go ahead and I'll do this one. It's already in a tray. I have like all my trays off to the side over there, and it's just big like tray tower. But yeah, it's the whole mental load from my job and all that. And then to make matters even more complicated, I have to thank our lovely Diamonds and Washi for reintroducing me to Archive of Our Own. And for those who are not familiar, Archive of Our Own is basically a less intrusive, more fan-centric version of Wattpad, where it's just a bunch of people writing a bunch of fan fiction. Before I keep going with this, I want to preface by saying if you are playing Final Fantasy XIV and you have not made it to 7.0 yet and you do not want to be spoiled, please click away. Or if you are already past that, or you just straight up like do not care and you just want somebody in your ear to keep you company, then by all means stay tuned. But if you do not want this game spoiled for you, you cannot say that I told you so, but you need to get out, because I can feel the rant or the story time coming with this. And I've probably at some point talked about this before on the channel. I don't know. I kind of feel like I have, but then again, who knows? I'm just doing good to keep my head on straight these days. So, Archive of Our Own has like a lot of Final Fantasy XIV fan fiction. I mean, they have like, it's the place to go for fan fiction in general, but yeah, like they have a lot of really good fan fiction. And in the game, once you do get far enough, like if you've already gone and done Stormblood, obviously, you're gonna know who I'm talking about. But Xenos E. Galvis, he is this generation's like Sephiroth pretty much like he is like long blonde hair, freaking ripped. uh like gorgeous blue eyes. He is the crown prince of Garlemald, and it's kind of one of those things that, like, if you were a teenage girl back in the late 90s, early 2000s, and you were playing Final Fantasy VII and you met Sephiroth, probably you had the same reaction where you're just like, dang it, Square Enix, like, why do you have to make all of your characters gorgeous, especially the bad guys? I mean, the whole entire time throughout 14, Xenos pretty much is like saying I love you without like saying I love you. Case in point, he calls us his mirror. He calls you, your tune, the Warrior of Light, his mirror. And for those who are kind of like, huh? What? If you've ever like studied into soulmates, or I know it's getting kind of woo-woo. I promise there's a point. But if you've ever like studied the whole thing about soulmates, and or if you've like listened to Justin Timberlake at all, and you've like heard that song Mirror, then you know exactly where I'm going with this. But at one point, or at multiple points, he calls us his mirror. And they make it very clear in the game that this guy has lived like the worst life one could possibly imagine. Epitome of monsters are manufactured, not born. Because of all the trauma and everything that he's been through, he has come out like an absolute horrible person. He loves the adrenaline rush from battle, and nothing else in this world brings him joy. So he goes out of his way to make sure that you hate him and that you want to fight him. And because your character is supposed to be this like such a renowned warrior, he even goes out of his way to save the world. And not just save the world, but also the empire that he would have been destined to rule over. He made sure that it collapsed. All that he could fight you at the far edge of known existence. He does all of this just to fight you. And you have that whole like you basically like disarm each other in battle. You're basically coming to punches, like, at this point. And you just have that stereotypical anime, like, you both throw a punch at each other, and both fists, like, impact each other at the perfect moment. You're having that moment as warriors where it's like, as you exchange blows, like, you begin to understand each other perfectly. It's kind of like the whole entire thing of, like, when Naruto and Sasuke fight, um, like, in front of that, like, big, huge waterfall at the very end of the Naruto, anime right before the time skip. Yeah, that. You're having one of those moments. You're having one of those, like final showdown things with him. And it ends in you having what is essentially a double knockout, and then but unbeknownst to him, you have the fob for the spaceship, and then, like, when it goes off, it beams you up into the spaceship, and then you're all with your allies again, and then they, like, start performing life-saving measures on you, and you just barely survive. But he doesn't, though. He's, like, Xenos is dead. Like, he, like, soul leaves his body, goes to the afterlife, and this time there are no otherworldly things coming to put his soul back into his body. Like there's no Ashians at this point. They're all done. They're all finished pretty much. And here's the thing is he fights you as a Reaper, and you even see, like, his void scent that he has a contract with as a Reaper even departing his body. So you know, like, he is gone. After your character recovers and everything from the whole entire world, from you basically, like, using every ounce of your power to try and kill this guy, because you know that he would make the world end again just to become King of the Ashes, pretty much. All in an effort to be able to square up with you. Yeah, it kind of makes you wonder, like why? Like, I get it, some people just have to be the best at, like, everything, but you kind of don't get that with this character. You're just like, why? So as I'm, like, going around finishing the actual story and, like, getting into the DLC, like the post game, we have to go into the void where all of the void scent are from. And we wind up meeting this really intelligent void scent. One that doesn't, like, moan or, like, gurgle, but one that is actually sentient and converses with us in full-blown sentences. Come to find out, it starts it starts the conversation with us by saying like, "Oh yeah, are you so and so?" And then your character is just like, "Yeah." And it's like, how do you know me?" And then they're just like, "Yeah, do you remember this guy?" And then I'm just like, "Oh no. You're Xenos' void sent. Okay. We need to have some words." So we have some words. And while we were having some words, they were basically like, we do you realize like they're straight up telling our character, because our character has no no understanding of it, right? Like we as the player, we know because like we're seeing the cutscenes and stuff, but like as my actual like character is getting ready for battle for the end of the world, they like don't see all this other stuff that we as the player see. So they're just like chatting up the void sent zero, and they purify the dark energy. They see like, "Oh yeah, like you actually have a human form. Like, hi, hello. Um pleasure to meet you. Like how was he? What was your contract like?" And da da da. And they're like, "Oh yeah, it was actually pretty horrible. I really didn't like having to serve him. But the strength of the Reaper kind of determines what void scent they pull in, and the stronger they are, well, the stronger the void scent they pull. So he got me, kind of, sort of, was the story. Um, yeah. Eventually, the conversation gets to the point where they're just like, "Yeah, so you remember how when the world was ending, he actually risked his life and limb to be able to turn into a dragon, just to have the ability to cross through space and time, just to meet up with you, to make sure that you could destroy the big bad evil guy, just so that they could square up with you from the far edge of fate and you wouldn't have any distractions." Like, you do realize that they did all of that to make sure that you could save the world and that you could fight them distraction free. And it's like the Square Enix did the most perfect thing, right? Cuz I see my character with her lips moving. She is whispering, and then they just have a dialogue box and it's like dot dot dot. And I'm just like, they left it up for us as the player to interpret. And like this cutscene is still going on and I'm still seeing her lips moving, but there is like no written dialogue at all. Like, it's just a completely blank box. And I am just like reading her lips, and I'm like, I am seeing my character just straight up mouth, "Oh my god, he loved me." And I'm just like, wow. That explains why there is so much Xenosaga Galvis and Warrior of Light fan fiction on Archive of Our Own. Like that just straight up explained everything. And like that right there, pretty much since September on, has like lit the fuse, or like it's like rekindled the flame that I have had for this game. And like not only that, like getting able to um like there was that. Like I was absolutely feeling that at that point. I'm actually still trying to digest that whole um ending set of events for the Endwalker post game. Like I'm halfway through 7 and I am still trying to digest the end of 6 because we've been fighting with Xenos for so long. It's like, oh yeah, like he's not there anymore. And like this is actually kind of the first time where I've had to like navigate the 5 stages of grief with a BBEG. But yeah, like he has just been there for so long. It's like very hard to picture the game without him. I know, it's like very crazy of me to say, especially if you've also played 14 and like you've gone up through 7.0 at this point. Maybe you're waiting for 7.5 to release here in April cuz you've like straight up done everything. But yeah, you're probably thinking I'm crazy, but I'm just like, man, I am still trying to digest this. Like, holy cow. Um, yeah, so like the end of Endwalker was really good. Dawn Trail, I'm kind of sort of having my reservations with because it starts out very slow. After all of this time for Endwalker and like you're having to fight, like there's a sense of urgency. You need to get things done. You need to go fight this person. And now it's like, for once, the world is not relying on you to save it. You're essentially going on a big glorified love quest of you having to escort this one person and make sure that they don't die. And it's like, of all the things you could have sent us on, you had to send me on the one thing that I hate the most in the game. And it's an escort mission. Really. Um but yeah, like we're having to play like a support character for this one person, and like it's kind of like the whole entire idea of this thing was to give us a break from saving the world, have it be kind of like a working vacation, and then our character is supposed to give this other character like a master class in how to be a leader. Uh, yeah. The writing for 7, it just feels like so disjointed compared to previous expansions. And I'm not very far into 7 either. Like I'm only up through level 94 on like the actual quests and things that they give me. I have a feeling that I'm about to hit like the 3rd dungeon or so of the expansion here pretty soon. Um But the reason why we're having to escort this one person around is because they're going to be a candidate for being ruler of a country. And there's like 3 different siblings who are in line, and um it's more of like a contest of like who can achieve these certain things becomes the ruler. And the reason why they decided it to be a contest is because the person currently sitting on the throne is like, yeah, all of these people lack certain traits, and he wants to see who can rise above these challenges and fill in the gaps of what they're missing. So it's like, okay, yeah, like we can kind of sort of see that logic, of course, because somebody who is, because like the person that we're charged with protecting, they've never really gone out into the world. They've like lived such a sheltered life, so they have absolutely no street smarts, and it's like starting to make perfect sense why they hired somebody who is a very worldly traveler, so that we make up for the knowledge gap of the person who doesn't really know um anything about going on long adventures and stuff at all. I mean, makes perfect sense, but they do like some of the dumbest and most cringe things because they do not know any better. And the pacing is like very, very slow. I mean, Stormblood, it felt like it was such a whiplash because before you even get to your supposed destination for the new like for Kugane, and that one you have a dungeon for you just trying to get to Kugane. For Dawn Trail, you have to get like 20 quests in before you even get a dungeon. And it's not just like the whole like, oh, you talk to people for like 5 seconds like here and there. It's like very like things that take a long time. Um and like tasks and things like that. It feels a lot slower. I really, really despise that. But then again, I kind of feel like everybody's brains just need a reset from all the fast-paced stuff because right before Dawn Trail released, we had Demon Slayer and how Tanjiro is having to face off against Muzan Kibutsuji. There's a new thing for Jujutsu Kaisen that just came out. Oh yeah, and then there's Chainsaw Man, and then there's the Fairy Tale Century quest, and then there was Shangri-La Frontier. And then of course you have Beaufry. I maxed out my defense so I wouldn't get hurt, and like there's like all of these other animes and like solo leveling, of course, like let's not forget solo leveling and like K-pop Demon Hunters, but you have like all of these things that have like so much action in them, and then it's like getting to Dawn Trail is just like it's kind of like the equivalent of you're in a space shuttle and you're re-entering the atmosphere and you're going so fast, but you're having to slow down so much that like you're glowing white hot because you're just like going so fast. It kind of feels like that. It's kind of like that whole, you're like, your re-entry to like a normal pace of things. There is this there is this one, and I feel like Dawn Trail has just constantly been dangling this carrot in front of me the whole entire time, because Square Enix has um, kind of set us up to be murder hobos at this point. Um, but there is this one person who I do not like, and they make it a habit to be like, oh, and by the way, you should not like this person either, because you know that empire that you just fought for the last 6 expansions, that was so tyrannical, that and was so oppressive that they took over half the world, and you have this person over here saying that what they did was child's play and they're going to rule it all. Yeah, they absolutely cannot ascend the throne, first of all. And then yeah, I'm talking about Bagul Jaja. He absolutely cannot ascend the throne, and he, like, you get so close to fighting him every single time. And I am just like, I want to fight this guy more than Xenos. I want to fight this guy than more than King Thornton and Knights of the Round. I want to fight this guy more than um more than the Ultima Weapon, like more than the whole entire syndicate from Old Da, just to get rid of their being corrupt. I want to fight this guy so bad. I want to seriously, like like use every weapon and spell in my arsenal to just like turn him into a pile of ashes. Like, I hate this one particular character so much. And it's like they won't let me square up with him. Like, they just won't. They keep denying me every single time. And I'm like, I am so fed up with this. But I also know that eventually, as I keep playing, I will get to square up with him. And it will be the most satisfying thing ever just to mop the floor with that guy. And yeah, it's that whole like push pull, stories are getting boring, but oh, like, I just tried this new job that they added, and it's perfectly fabulous, and I love it, and I wish I would have tried this before. And ironically, all of that being addicted to the action is make me pick up, like, instead of me doing what I've always done, which has been like more caster jobs, more healer jobs, I'm just like, yeah, like, I want to go dancer now and like play with the chakrams, you know, like the equivalent of ring blades in the game. Or I want to dual wield and I want to go do Viper now. Like, I'm wanting to pick up all the melee jobs now. And I have been, like, even though as aggravating as the main story has been up to this point, like, just in general as a whole, I absolutely have fallen back in love with the game. Everybody says that 7.4, excuse me, was actually really good. So I am like, and that's probably why I'm just like not been in the mood to diamond paint, and maybe even why I'm a tad salty at at folks who like can just balance all aspects of their life right now, because it's like, yes, I want to be able to diamond paint. Like, I love having that as a slowdown thing from when after I do video games, but you know, at the same time, like, I really, really, really just like want to make progress in this game. I want to get to 7.4 before they announce everything for the next expansion. And I feel like it would actually just, you know, straight up bring me more joy if I just slow down on the diamond painting, use this as like a slowdown mechanism for my brain after long bouts of like gaming and stuff. And yeah, I like 14, obviously. You know, I started talking about 14 like 45 minutes in. Here we are, an hour and what is it, 22 minutes in now, and we're still talking about 14. Like, if that doesn't tell you something, you know, I low-key just, okay, no, can't say it like that. Obviously not. I'm too passionate. Like, I just wanna put this down, and I just wanna play 14. I wanna catch up on everything else that everybody got to do while I was diamond painting. And that just right now would bring me so much more joy. So, with that being said, there's next week's video, there's the video after that, and then after that, just count on me to do unboxings once a month. We're still doing the year of Margaret's, essentially. But after that, like, I don't know what my upload schedule is going to look like. I don't know if I can commit to every single Wednesday like clockwork that I have been like for the last couple years and some change. Like, I don't know. Work just sometimes takes too much out of me, and then if I have very limited time left in my day after taking care of family and doing chores, I want to spend that limited amount of time doing the thing that I love that the most during that particular time. So if it's diamond painting, great. Like, I might finish more. I might have post reviews and things for you guys. But, you know, if not, please don't hold me to it. Because if I keep going the way that I'm going, I'm going to burn out, and I'm going to have to take even longer amounts of time away. And I know that this is going to be one of those crafts where if I push too hard, I may not even pick it up again. Because that's exactly what I did with 14, is I pushed way too hard trying to finish Endwalker way too fast. And I was away for years. So, yeah. So, we're gonna slow down on the diamond painting a little bit. I'm gonna be gaming a little bit more. I don't know necessarily if gaming will become a part of this channel, because, like, RAM prices and stuff, like insanely expensive. I don't know that I'll be, you know, necessarily doing that, but, you know, like, after not having talked to you guys for a while in a whipping chat, I just, kind of wanted to let you all know what's going on. And yeah, right now, diamond painting isn't so much it for me, and 14 is. So, I guess I'll see you when I see you. I'm not going to keep you any longer. I'm going to go because it's getting late. And I've been at this for quite a length of time. So, yeah, see you when I see you. Bye.